Hi. Oh, hello. Let's see. Not sure if anyone can hear me. Let me test this out. Oh, my hair's a mess. So I apologize if you are not able to hear me. Um, this is my first time doing a channel, and I just wanted to come on here and talk about some things regarding our loved ones who have departed. My name is Belinda, and about 14 months ago, on October 29th of 2021, my firstborn son, Joseph, you can see him in the background right there, the sailor, um, he departed this world. I like to say and believe that he went to heaven on that day. And there's so much to just talk about the experiences that I've been having since he departed. I don't like to say lost because he's not lost. He's alive, and he's just somewhere in another dimension. And as I said before, I like to say heaven, but he's definitely living, and he's free, and he's just all over the place. Um, so just some things that I wanted to just mention. If anyone is going through the same thing of grieving a loved one, or knows someone that's grieving for someone that they also loved and are departed, this is a video that I hope can provide some kind of comfort and a little bit of understanding. I know for me, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to react. I Hearing the news, it didn't feel real. I mean, we're at 14 months now, and it doesn't feel real yet. It just doesn't. There's some moments where it does, but the majority of the time for me, it just doesn't. And it's because from the moment that I found this out, it was really painful. I was really numb and didn't know how to process it. I didn't know what I was doing. I was thinking very different. I was reacting unknown to anything I've never reacted to. It was just something completely different. And I remember immediately, I knew this pain was never going to go away. This was a pain that was going to always stay with me because he's my vessel, and I just have this connection with him where we're just not detached. And when we had to do his funeral, we're preparing for it. I got to see him, and it was really hard. The second day, we got to see him one more time, but when I say got to see him, it wasn't. I didn't see all of him. I just, I saw him though, without going into too much detail. But the second time around, this was before the funeral. This was more of, like I said, preparation. But I will tell you that that second time, I couldn't cry anymore. Family that was coming to see him, I found myself consoling them, and it was because I immediately felt his presence. I felt he was there with me. I felt his energy coming to me. I felt like he was giving me his strength to get through that day. And looking back, I it's just I knew that from that day, what I was crying for the first time I found out was his body, because I had him for 26 years, and I felt that I was crying for that body, you know, and realizing that I wasn't gonna see his body anymore, his physical body. And so, like, the second day, when I saw him again, I couldn't cry anymore. And it was because I instantly just felt that he was here. His soul, his spirit was just all around me. I even felt my body, like my arm felt like he was leaning on me or holding me. And my family thought, could I be having a stroke or a heart attack? And I just said, no, it's him, it's him. And that just gave me tons of hope in that moment, knowing that, okay, I'm going to definitely have more of this um, connection and experience with what I'm about to be going through now. And I'm not sure, it was, I didn't know how to receive it, but I just knew that my faith was strong. It just grew even stronger. I'm already a spiritual person from before, but this took me to another level. I got closer to God, and I felt by being close to God, He was my answer to getting by, to coping with what's happening. And what I want to say to people that who are in my shoes, maybe it's fresh for you, or it just happened, or it's been years for you. I just want to tell you that your loved one, whoever you're trying to have a connection or know, wondering if they're there with you or not, just look at it this way. When you feel that they're there with you and you have these thoughts of that person come into you in that moment because something that you're doing or that you saw just quickly reminded you of your loved one, that's their energy coming in through to you. You can feel their aura, and don't doubt yourself whenever you think you're going crazy, because I thought I was going crazy. I was feeling a different outlet that I'd never felt before. And I started receiving like proof and confirmation, and that's through lucid dreaming. And I'll go into detail later on with that, but more signs were just happening. And it wasn't just to me, but to other family members. And I just immediately noticed that everything that's happening to you that you see in your space, look at that as that being an answer. You may not understand it at the moment, but later on you will, or you might understand it in that moment. But coming from my experience, I know I can say for a fact that that's him. My son is communicating to me through through messages. It can be messages such as um, seeing the flash, the bright lights that I saw right away. Um, and sometimes even through the corner of my eye, I would see something just bright and then just flash and then disappear. The, there's moments where I was alone here at the house, and I would feel that he's there with me. And I would hear like his voice, and I still hear his voice, but I'm going back to like the beginning, the first few months of what was happening, what I was going through. And I thought I was like, am I hearing things or am I not hearing things? But it turns out I was hearing him. And I I had gone to some grief groups where Some of them have been, without their loved ones for years, and everything that they were saying at first, I just didn't understand it. I just felt like, in my opinion, I was thinking that's just their grief, but I'm not going through that kind of grief. And turns out a lot of things that they said, you know, be be aware that these things might start happening to you emotional wise. Um, Things that make you question and wonder, are they really here or not? Are they still alive? And the more I spoke out loud to my son and to God, if I didn't receive anything that day, it's like I would receive it like another day or the week later. And it usually happens for me when I'm at my calmest or I'm at my peace, at a peaceful moment. But then also when I'm struggling really bad of just not able to have a good day because it's just painful and I don't want to do anything. That's when, a sign comes out from him. And, it could be that a cardinal just came to my backyard and cardinal comes to my front yard. It's just things like that have occurred many times, from finding the coins, to you thinking of something and all of a sudden that's happening now. It's almost like you're manifesting, but you're not manifesting. Somehow, like my thoughts are becoming real and without even me speaking about it. So, this is just kind of a little beginning of some of the experiences that I've been going through. And I'm not going to make this video long, but I definitely want to talk more and hear about your experience or your journey. And I'll elaborate more. I just wanted to introduce myself and let you know that we're not alone at all. We we have our loved ones right there when we need them. They are listening to us. They can feel. I believe that they can feel us in the way not where they're feeling emotionally hurt for us. I don't believe that. I think when I say that they feel us, they're like they have a sensory in a different way that we don't have, but they know when to come and be here for us. And you just have to like open up your mind more and just become more open to what's impossible is the possible. And that just goes deeper than what your life has been up until now, because now your life is completely changed and you want to start looking and feeling whenever you have that that mindset that you feel like if when someone says I feel like they're watching me, there's a difference when someone says that versus your loved one isn't here, but you feel that that is your loved one watching, and that's more of like guarding you and protecting you, but showing you that they have not left your side. They say that when you grieve for someone, it hurts because it's just love. Grief is love. It doesn't stop, it continues on. So, with that said, please just let me know of um, any other subjects or topics you want me to answer or discuss more. I know that there's more topics I'd like to bring into. I mentioned the lucid dreaming. There's definitely a lot of confirmation that I've received that telling me my son is alive. And we'll go into the topic of astral projecting as well. That's something that is happening. And so I would hope that you come and visit and just bear with me. I'm a little nervous. I've never done this, but I feel there's a lot to be said. I want people to hear a grieving mother and the journey that one goes through when their loved one isn't here. I feel like there's just people and books and things online that people put out there, but they're not really understanding what's it really like of a person feeling a certain way with their new life now, because your life is forever changed. And I just want to be my authentic self. And by me being out here, um, I hope to just be more clear and I can provide more understanding. Like, as I said, this is my first time making a channel and I want to help other people. I know I still need help. And when I'm able to talk to people about their grief or listening to their story, it gives me a lot of hope also. And it continues to keep my hope and faith alive. And I just hope that this video helps someone. And I'm sorry if I was kind of all over the mess, but the next one I'll try to be more consistent and more stable with the subjects and elaborate more on that. But I just wanted to say thank you and have a great day.